with us this morning. Tim Hasselbeck, the win man, is here on trade deadline day. But we begin with the Lakers in Brooklyn last night. This was like a practice. I just want everything I'm about to show you happened in the first half last night. Start first quarter. Luka, LeBron. Here's Luka. Here's LeBron. Watch the pass. Behind the back for Marcus Smart. But he's just getting started. All right, that's just getting started. This is the next possession. Luka says, you do that, I do this. That's through a double team.
Let's go.
To Jake LaRavia. Watch this. He's double teamed. Well, that's one way.
Oh, this warms my heart.
Now, this is going to be way better. You ready? Lakers up 22. We're in the second quarter. Austin Reeves back from injury. Watch this. Throw it off the glass for me.
Here we go.
Look at LeBron. LeBron, the wristband breaks on the dunk. Lakers by 24. And then, we're going to have a lot of defense in the Super Bowl on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yep. LeBron James would fit well in that. Here he is, interception.
Yeah.
And I was going the distance. Come on. LeBron James hammering it down. He had 25. We're still in the second quarter, by the way.
What you said was practice.
Second. Look at this pass. Look at this.
Oh, my God.
Watch again. Watch the no look.
That is so
Watch
nasty.
this again. Watch.
So nasty.
Doncic at 24.
go.
Lakers win it. Going away. So
Greeny knew what I needed.
that was action on the floor last night. But there was also action around the deadline. The deadline is tomorrow, but we got big news last night. As we had told you was coming, the Clippers trading 11-time All-Star James Harden to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. It's a swap of star point guards 10 years apart in age. 36 is Harden, 26 is Garland. The addition of Harden has the potential to elevate Cleveland's ceiling as they try and win the East. This is what the odds tell us. They entered yesterday, the Cavs did, plus 500 to win the East at DraftKings Sportsbook. They're now plus 340, trailing only the Knicks. So it's the Knicks and then the Cavs. Their odds to win the title went from 22-1 to 13-1, tied for the third shortest odds in the entire NBA. So it is a big and meaningful deal, and let us dive deep into it with Iman Shumpert, who's up early with us, and we start with the win man. Windy, we had gotten the heads up, this was coming from Shams the night before. How did this go down, and what does it mean?
Well, James Harden late last night gave a very pleasant goodbye interview to our Ramona Shelburne, where he said a lot of emotional things about leaving his hometown team, the Clippers. And I'm here to tell you this is all about money, with all due respect, because basically James Harden wanted to be taken care of on his contract. He's 36 years old. His contract for next year was not guaranteed. And the Clippers, with unknown futures and unknown how this season's going to go, expressed that they were not, at this point at least, willing to pick that up or promise him a new deal. And so he sat out of 2 games. And the Clippers looked for a team that was interested in Harden. And now it's not easy to trade for a player in today's NBA that makes $40 million. It's a win-now player. But the Cavs were that team. And they are offering Darius Garland, a 10 years younger guard who has had injuries but has also made the All-Star game twice. And you had 2 teams going in different directions looking for different things. So the Clippers go younger with Darius Garland, who is likely not going to be able to play for them until after the All-Star break. And James Harden goes for this 4th career mid-season trade to Cleveland, where the Cavs are feeling significant pressure to have a big finish to this season because they've got their own contract situation with Donovan Mitchell coming up this summer.
Let's talk about him. Iman Shumpert, the fit. Donovan Mitchell plus James Harden. How do you like it?
Initially, when I saw it, not a big fan of it, just because they're both ball dominant, and I'd like to see James go somewhere where he can dominate the ball and be at his best. But now that it's a real thing, all I can think about is the benefit of him making a big man better. When you look at the history of James Harden has always been able to come in and make some sort of big man shine. And when you see him get brought into the Cleveland Cavaliers, though you take a hit on defense, I think what the Cavaliers are doing is trying to take a little pressure off of Donovan Mitchell as far as scoring the ball, make their bigs feel like more of a weapon when you start playing against other teams, and then have another guy at the end of games that can ISO. James Harden can do all those things. We just have the question marks by his name when it start coming to getting late in the playoffs because he's had his playoff woes. As long as he can take care of the ball, I think that, they could find a way to win. I don't know if it's a championship roster yet, but they could find a way to win.
Let's talk about, we're just quickly on that front, winning. Could you see them winning the East?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I think
tough,
the
man.
issue is.
Oh, sorry. I meant that for Trump first. Sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
my bad.
Yeah, no, go ahead,
It's
Trump.
really
That's my fault. I didn't specify. Could you see them winning the East? Iman Shumpert.
I want to show great respect to the Detroit Pistons, who had a very strong win last night against Denver. But the East is wide open, and the Cavs and the other teams like Boston, who made a deal yesterday, smell that, and that's why the Cavs feel like they could do something here that could make a big difference.
What do you think, Shump?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I got the Knicks winning too, man. I'm glad y'all got it down there with the analytics. I got the Knicks winning the whole time, and then, the Pistons have been playing great. I think it's just tough to get in that mix. They've been playing some pretty good basketball, and when you've been together all year, it makes a difference than the guys that just got together at the All-Star break. So, I'm looking for, a good playoffs, but this is the Knicks time to come out of the East.
Now, everyone is saying that, Wendy, and thus the expectation is because their roster feels ready that they're not going to make the Giannis move that so many in New York for so long have thought and hoped that they might. So where do we stand with Giannis now, whatever it is, 30 hours and change away from the deadline?
Yeah, well, actions over words. I don't think the Knicks have what's required on their roster to acquire Giannis. So if they wanted to, they would be out there trying to trade their current players for draft picks and young pieces that the Bucks would want, and they're not. So I'm taking the Knicks off the list until I have further information. I am seeing that action from teams like the Miami Heat and Minnesota Timberwolves. They are out there trying to find ways to improve their offer. The best standing offer that I'm aware of belongs to the Golden State Warriors, but I'm not seeing a lot of momentum towards Milwaukee making a Giannis move. It is only Wednesday. We have another day and a half, but I think Milwaukee is seriously considering staying put and pushing this off till summer.
There were a few of those deals yesterday that had us all doing the windy fingers as they were trying to acquire some of the, the little pieces they could make the deal. We'll talk more about them and Draymond Green and much more a little later. Guys, stay close with me here, but let me get to the Super Bowl. We're a day from the trade deadline.
I get him if you're the Warriors. And Draymond Green may or may not get moved because outside of Giannis, Jaren Jackson Jr. was looked at as a potential difference maker within the Warriors. He's now in Utah. So what difference maker, landscape changing player is out there? There might not be a Jimmy Butler type move for the Warriors unless it's a Giannis at this NBA trade deadline. So I think part of those comments, it is interesting because it's like it speaks also the reality of what Steve Kerr said a few weeks ago on the record about what this is. And it's a fading dynasty. And those things can be hard. Those things can be tough. And maybe there is a little bit more deeper rooted in those comments with Draymond Green.
Yeah, the reason we're talking about Draymond Green and looking at his comments from yesterday is because you mentioned the potential involvement in a Giannis deal if Golden State can swing it. Ultimately, what is the latest you can tell us about Milwaukee Star?
Right now, the Bucks, their executives, their ownership, they're sorting through and they're sifting through, trying to figure out, is there an aggressive offer so far from one of these teams that have interest? Miami, New York, Minnesota, Golden State. Is there an offer that rises to the threshold? And Jimmy Haslam, the Bucks owner, he said yesterday at a Browns press conference that this is what it's always been with the Bucks. What's best for Giannis, what's best for Milwaukee, we're going to figure it out. And does an offer and what value reaches that threshold? Well, that's John Horst's job, to paraphrase what he said. My understanding is Giannis is ready for a move, whether it's now or in the offseason. But there's been such a major difference in conversations going on in Milwaukee right now. On one hand, you're discussing Giannis and Antetokounmpo trades and offers. On the other hand, my understanding is they're canvassing the league for potential cash deals and exchanging minimum salaries and talking about draft assets. So what is that signal about their approach? The entire NBA is waiting because Giannis is the biggest domino, whether it's right now or in the summer.
All right, now I have an interesting nugget here. Shams, you are going to be suiting up at the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game next Friday night, and your coach in that game is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. So if he's not moved by tomorrow, maybe some scoop you can...
There is not, I'll say this, I'm not requesting a trade. I am not requesting a trade. I am not ready to leave this team.
He's going to be...
I want to be coached by Giannis.
That's why we love Shams Charania. We'll see.